Okay, this is my second time recording this because the first time around my thing bugged out on me, so I hope that this really works. And if you can't hear me over my fan, I am very, very sorry. But, yeah, this is Yasha from Sisterhood of Xmataz, and I'll give you a quick update on this. Episode 16 has been written, and I will work on the process of getting the lines in, as well as the lines in for the secret abridged project that we really want to get off the ground soon. So that's in work in progress. Yeah, there's this ice bucket thing. I didn't do it because I wasn't nominated, and because I don't have any money of my own to donate. And I felt like if I just did the challenge on my own, I didn't have money to donate, I would feel really bad about that. So it just never occurred to me to do it. But, yeah, I did see Patrick Stewart's Ice Bucket Challenge. Nice and classy, as Patrick Stewart does, because he's the man. And I saw other celebrities, a bunch of Ice Bucket videos. But there was just one that I refused to watch. I refused to watch it because I refused to give in to these people the satisfaction that they have my view. Because the title alone pretty much told me everything I wanted to know. Autistic boy prank. Essentially, the story is, if you don't know, this 15-year-old autistic boy from Ohio was shamefully tricked. He thought he was doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, and so a few boys decided it would be hilarious if they replaced the ice and water from the bucket with human excrement and urine and cigarette butts and probably some other things that I don't even want to know. Yeah, this hit me pretty hard. At first, when I saw the video on the YouTube as an option, I didn't even really believe it could exist. I did not even think that the family of this boy would even allow this to be hit on the internet, but it did, and against the boy's consent, of course. What do you even say to that? What can you possibly say to a situation like that? I have no words. I think pretty much everything that I want to say, but I won't, has already been said by the internet. This affected me for a number of reasons. One is because when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. If you don't know what that is, and even I have trouble putting it into words, but it is a type of PTD, pervasive developmental disorder, and it is similar in very many ways to autism, but it is which is a more severe version of PTD. But there are important differences, and yet there are still similarities. So, yeah, this hit me as a person in, I guess you can call the autistic and Asperger's community. And this is an example of harsh bullying, to which I was teased and mocked since I was in the 2nd grade. Yeah, and it continued to affect me, even into adulthood. I am 24 years old, and it has still affected me in the ways I live. So yeah, this kind of hit me deep. And I won't let this go into internet obscurity at all, because this does deserve to be talked about. I don't think we should be questioning the why, because if we question the why, we will be here all day discussing human ethics and what is right and what is wrong, but the point of this thing, I think, was supposed to get a joke. Hence why I used prank in quotation marks, because a prank is supposed to resemble something funny. If they chose to replace the contents of the ice bucket with Jell-O, chocolate pudding, banana cream pie filling, iced tea, Kool-Aid instead, that would probably constitute as a prank. Human excrement? Urine? Cigarette butts? This is supposed to be funny. This is in the category of humor. Really. Because I really don't hear anybody laughing right now. I just hear a vast, empty void of silence where the supposed joke is supposed to be. Yeah. When I think funny, I think Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is funny. Monty Python and the Meaning of Life. This is funny. What this is not funny. It is not amusing. It is so far off the spectrum of funny, I don't even know where to begin. This has gotten so much attention. And Bektos the Black Blade, who voices our Professor X in our series, his sister is autistic as well. And I was informed that she watched this video. To which I cannot even begin to fathom her feelings towards this. And to your sister, Bektos, I am so sorry. I am so sorry to any autistic or Asperger's or anyone who has ever been bullied, or just anybody, to see this video. I am so sorry. And I'm even more sorry to this boy. Because he didn't deserve this. I don't care what he did. If he did anything at all, I don't care. Nobody deserves this. I don't care if you are gay, straight, black, or white. I don't care if you're an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan. You still don't deserve this. Nobody does. Even some celebrities, Drew Carey, even tweeted WTF in part of his thing, which is the nice version of a reaction to this, is offered to donate $10,000 to the police department to help try to track these people down who did this to this boy. Just to find and put these kids to justice. To which the police department is not accepting the reward because it's not necessary, and it's probably a lot too much to accept. And there's been supposed progress saying, we can't speculate on potential charges as the investigation is not yet complete, but ultimately it will be up to the county prosecutor's office to determine appropriate charges, says the police chief. And I really do hope that these kids get caught, because this will probably be the first time in their entire lives that they have understood what consequences are. Real life consequences. Not just incarceration or being arrested, no, but consequences of what these kids have done to this boy. They don't even think about it. It doesn't even occur to them. You call somebody a name, you think, it doesn't really matter. That person could be suffering inside and you wouldn't even notice, or you probably wouldn't even care. And it does impact you. I mean, look at me. I'm crying. And I hate... I'm a 24-year-old woman, and bullying still affected me. It still does. So I can't begin to imagine what this poor boy is going through. But I just pray that with enough counseling and enough support from his peers and friends and family, that he can find some way to move on. And find some way to get better. I really do hope so. Autism Speaks, his community, people have been showing support. And I do too. And I just would like to ask, to these people who have done this, are you happy now? Are you happy now? Did you get what you wanted? Is this what you expected? Were you thinking that you were going to get a ton of hits saying, haha, that was so funny, you guys are hilarious? Did you think that was going to happen? Or did you think that his family and parents might get a tad upset, just a tad, that you have done this to their child? And did you not think that the internet would not respond in kind? And that's another thing. Posting something like this on the internet, you've just signed a throw me in jail card at you. I mean, you don't put your crimes on the internet. You just don't. That's just begging to be locked away. You just clearly you do not want freedom, because you have personally boned yourselves. And how did these kids not think... How did they think they would get away with this? This just boggles my mind, and people who do these kinds of things, how could they think to get away with this? Did they think that no one would care? That no one would want to do something about this? What was your exit strategy? Please tell me. What was the end game here? Like, what were you going to do after this happened? Did you think you were going to get away with it? Did you think you were just going to get a slap on the wrist, scolding, a grounding? Well, probably a grounding until you're 30 years old, I hope. Yeah. Doing something like this is an example of severe bullying and a hate crime. And just... I know the law hasn't permitted people to arrest people on the sole purpose of being a dumbass yet, but I'm hoping with this it would be close. But seeing as how we cannot arrest you for being a dumbass, then this would have to do. The only way I can see you getting away with this is if you get plastic surgery, change your name, leave the country, move to another planet. Otherwise, I really do not see how you could possibly have thought that you could get away with this scot-free and not even comprehend the consequences of this. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are consequences to what you do. There are consequences to calling a person a name. There are consequences for telling a person that they're fat, that they're ugly, that they might be stupid, that they can't respond as a person normally could with autism. Speaking from experience, I still have some trouble communicating, especially eye contact when I'm nervous or scared or uncomfortable. That is one of my difficulties still, and I will acknowledge that. But did I deserve to be mocked and treated because of it? I really don't think so. But I was, for many other things, for liking anime, for just anything that I said or did was turned around and used against me. But did I deserve it? No. Does he deserve it? No. And I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. My mind has been blown at the level of inhumanity that has happened right here. To the family and this boy, I am sincerely sorry. I know my words probably don't mean anything to you. I'm a complete stranger from Canada, so what do I know? But still, there is support. There's people who still care. There are people who will care. And it does get better. Despite my being teased and gone through all this, I still persevered. And I made so many new friends. I have made new friends from cross country, from in New Jersey and New York and in Texas. And I couldn't even begin to imagine what my life would be like without my friends and my family. So please know that it does get better. And you do have support. And since you could not finish this ice bucket challenge, and although I have no money to give and nothing else to offer, I will still do the ice bucket challenge for you since you couldn't do it yourself. I know I can't donate any money and that makes me an awful person, but I just want to do this for you since this had to happen. And I just hope that you can find a way to continue living on life, because some parts of life are amazing. And I wish you guys well. I'll be right back. Forgive me, but this bucket must be replaced with a margarine boat because I have no bucket. And no ice cubes, but the water is plenty cold. So, this is for ALS. This is for Autism Speaks. This is for anyone who's ever been bullied. And for the boy, this is for you.